So I put together a list here of the top 10 sex scandals, basically of the last 15, 20 years. And I just want your reactions, memories of each. We don't have to be in a rush here, but we spent some time putting this list together and giving each a unique name. So I'm saying this era actually started in 2009 with Rick Pitino, the Louisville basketball coach. And we're calling this the Italian Garden of Eden, AKA the original sin. This is in the summer of 2009 when details came out about Rick Pitino having sex with Karen Cipher for just 15 seconds, according to Pitino, on a restaurant floor. Cipher then turned around and tried to blackmail Pitino, and they took her to court, and she got a 7-year prison sentence for trying to financially exploit Rick Pitino. But do you remember the Italian Garden of Eden, AKA the original sin?
Yeah, and God, this was so bad, and the whole details of the time. I knew Rick. Look, I know Pitino likes up-tempo offense, but geez, a little bit more ball control. Can you at least get 4 passes in before you shoot? Remember Norman Dale and Hoosiers? Oh God. Seriously, I mean,
he ran
just like so they closed the restaurant
offense,
down for them, and that's what you. Oh, God, some powerful men, man. That access is dangerous, just dangerous.
Yeah. And that is the column that sparked the infamous the Pussy Galore column, the 72 Dolphins can't touch. Can't touch Pussy Galore. All right, number 2, Tiger Woods, the world's number 1 golfer. We're calling this the Thanksgiving Mascara. November of 2009. In an attempt to escape his angry wife, Elin Nordgren, Tiger crashes his Cadillac SUV in front of their Florida home, exposing the numerous extramarital affairs of one Tiger Woods. Steve, your memories of the Thanksgiving Mascara.
Well, this actually derailed what should have been the greatest golf career of all time. It was never really quite the same for old Elbert. But I remember when it was first reported, it said that Tiger just backed up and crashed into like a mailbox or something. And I said, hold on. I get it. He's a half Asian driver. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. And then it turned out Ellen, she had a good short game because she took out the 9-iron. Oh, hell hath no fury, like Elin scorned. And she went 4, and it was never, ever. And you know what was bad about it? Remember they had a press conference, and they even trotted out Tiger's mom. And I'm thinking, This is humiliation. And he was never the same, Tiger.
Yeah, that was the prisoner of war hostage video. Yeah. Tiger Woods forced to, that, and then all the other. I still have fond memories of Rachel Uchitel, wherever she's at this time. That was Tiger's sex concierge, Rachel Uchitel.
I remember her.
All right, let's move on to number 3 here, who's already been referenced. Bobby Petrino, Arkansas football coach. This is the crash out, spring of 2012. If you remember, Petrino hired and bedded a 25-year-old assistant, Jessica Durrell. Then he crashed his motorcycle with Durrell on the back, loses his job. She loses her job. This picture of Petrino in the neck brace will live on in infamy. What a crash out here for Bobby Petrino.
What I find interesting about Petrino, who I've been told is very difficult to work with as a coach, if you're an assistant, I think there's a lot of former Atlanta Falcons that are probably chuckling over this, but he's been able to actually have a career, though. Beyond that, though, his coaching acumen is so strong. His offensive philosophy is so respected. Jason, he actually went back to Arkansas this year, served as the coordinator, then the interim coach. So there is a lesson to be learned here. If you're actually good at your job in this industry, there can be forgiveness.
Yeah, you know what's fascinating about this is Holy cow. The Baylor coach. How come I can't think of his name off the top of my head?
Dave Bliss?
Art Browse. Art Browse.
Or Bryles,
Uh,
okay.
yeah. So Bobby Petrino can recover after a sexual scandal that he's involved in. But if your players are involved in some exaggerated sexual scandal, Bobby Petrino, Art Browse has to go all the way to Eastern Mexico Junior College, NIA, whatever, to recover his. It's kind of fascinating that Art Browse paying a stiffer penalty than Bobby Petrino. All right, let's move on. We're going to move up 9 years before our next one. Deshaun Watson, former Houston Texans quarterback, titled the Unhappy Endings. In March of 2021, Houston attorney Tony Busby began filing a string of lawsuits claiming Watson sexually assaulted and or harassed multiple massage therapists. The Texans eventually traded Watson to Cleveland for 3 first-round draft picks, and the rest is Shedeur Sanders' history. Your memories of the unhappy endings.
I'll tell you what was stunning about this to me was that coming out of Clemson with the national title in the history, I argue he might be the greatest Clemson Tiger of all time based on the impact he made. Dabo spoke glowingly of him. He said, this guy's going to be the Michael Jordan of football, and whoever passes up this kid is going to regret it for the next 20 years. His career got off to a great start in Houston. You're thinking, oh, this could be one of the icon. And we never knew, this is what we don't know about any athlete. What are they really like? And his career was never the same, but it goes to show you that what we believe is the public perception of any of these individuals can absolutely be a mirage. And that's the lesson that we learn it every once in a while. We don't really know any of these guys. That's the truth.
Let's move to Boston and Ime Udoka, Celtics head coach at the time. Something we're calling the Boston P Party. September 22, September of 2022. The Celtics suspended and then terminated Udoka after learning of his sexual relationship with the team travel planner, Kathleen Lynch. Nia Long eventually moved on from Ime as well. He paid lost his job and lost Nia Long. What's your memories of the Boston P Party?
Well, I remember now, Ime, he incurred the wrath of black women everywhere. Think about it. Not only did you betray Nia Long, one of the symbols of femininity and beauty, and she's held up as almost an icon. She's very, very nice looking woman, right? But think about the ultimate betrayal. You went to the Dairy Queen on Nia Long. Oh man, double whammy. Double whammy. That's 2 technicals right there for Ime.
It was some people consider he actually went to spoiled milk. It was or 2% milk. Or
it wasn't fresh.
Or skim
it needed to
milk.
Be pasteurized. Yes.
Yeah. So let's move on to a really recent one. Bill Belichick, the NFL coaching legend. This is titled "Old Dirty Bastard." September of 2024. The coaching legend went public with his May-December romance with 24-year-old sugar baby Jordan Hudson, a.k.a. Yoko Ono. Your thoughts, memories of...
Okay, hold on, Jason. Is this really a scandal, though? Because I believe Belichick had been divorced for a while. He's coming off another relationship that had ended. I would say this is odd. It's strange. Some would say it's unbecoming. But would you really call it a scandal, given the fact, technically, they are 2 consenting adults?
They're a consenting grandfather and consenting granddaughter. And so I think this meets the requirements for a scandal. This is ODB, Old Dirty Bill. Maybe that's ODB, Old Dirty Bill is what maybe should call this. But Yeah, Yoko Ono. I've always been fond of that nickname for her. Let's move on to another more recent. This happened actually in 2025, although it feels like it's been around for a lot longer than it. Skip Bayless, FS1 personality, the indecent proposal. January of 2025, Fox Sports makeup artist Nushin Farahi claimed in a lawsuit that the 73-year-old hot take king placed a $1.5 million bounty on her coochie, I guess we could say. He offered up $1.5 million to tap that. Steve, according to Nushin, your memories of the indecent proposal.
Yeah, well, wasn't part of it that Skip felt he was being overlooked by Shannon or something, like they were a partner? That was a whole dynamic. It was like a competition thing. Skip is an
Yeah.
odd guy, man. He is. I don't know if he's trolling us half the time, but that whole thing centered around part of the Joy Taylor lawsuit. Not lawsuit, but that whole situation with the executive
Yeah.
at Fox.
Yeah, we're about to get
And
into it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah. Trust me, I know. Wow, Skip. But it's always interesting about Skip. He always shows that him and his wife are like best friends, right? Like they're just two peas in a pod. Nothing can and then that thing is shattered. I mean, Jason, what can we believe in anymore? What can we believe in? Not that.
We'll stay in January of 2025. We'll stay with Fox Sports 1. Joy Taylor, FS1 personality, big cans and peanut butter skin, January 2025. Fox Sports makeup artist Nushin Farahi claimed in a lawsuit that Taylor used her big cans and peanut butter skin to secure a TV show at FS1 and seduce Emmanuel Acho. Your memories of big cans and peanut butter skin?
Yeah, okay. So yesterday I saw a video, I didn't click on it, where Emmanuel Acho was kind of, I don't say reprimanding, but he was giving his comments on the Sherrone Moore situation. I noticed, I
Yeah.
read some of the retweets. People haven't forgotten about this, Jason, because half of the retweets and the comments were reminding Mr. Acho, like, Emmanuel, glass house, why you got stones?
We will move on a few months to Shannon Sharp, Hall of Fame tight end, in something we're calling Broke Buck Mounted. April of 2025, OnlyFans model Gabriella Zuniga finessed, blackmailed Sharp out of more than $20 million to conceal a damaging sex tape that possibly exposed a painful and messy rear-end collision. Your
Come
memories
on,
of
gee. Did we have to do that? God. I believe Shannon actually addressed that situation when talking about the current one this week and about how it got him down. But I do wonder, not that it's my business, has this changed his perspective or his behavior at all from a personal standpoint? Sometimes it really doesn't. Certain guys, they go through the embarrassment, things settle down, focuses off, and they go back. It's their business. I don't really care. But there's a lesson to be learned here. See, Shannon Sharp, for the most part, has been able to make a living, a good one. Still has a very highly successful podcast, him and Chad Johnson, still doing media work. Look, we don't have to throw a fundraiser for him. He's doing okay. Here's the biggest difference with what's going on currently. Jason, I think Sherrone Moore's coaching career is basically over in terms of making really good money. We're talking about six figures. You know, people say, well, he can be a position coach in the National Football League. Jason, I'm not so sure any organization, at least for the next few years, wants any part of that.
He will be an offensive line coach again in college football. I don't know if major college football.
Yeah,
or maybe in the NFL.
What level though? Are we talking P4? Are we talking, lower level? We're talking Division II, whatever you call it now. I'm not sure about that.
are we sure, given, and we'll move to, that's a good segue. And our final one is Sherrone Moore, the Oreo double stuff. Obviously, just happened this week, and we've been talking about. Are we sure, given the fact that Jim Harbaugh installed him at Michigan, Jim Harbaugh's got a tiny bit of wokeness in him, are we sure that he won't be an assistant offensive line coach for the Los Angeles Chargers in 2026?
That is something that'll eventually, I believe, and I don't know the whole structure. I believe the Spanos family, who owns that team still, right? They're going to have something to say about that.
Yeah.
That's a great question. You are right about Harbaugh. He loves to play the role of the martyr. I don't want to say he has like the white savior complex, but he was one of the last people that still trot out Kaepernick as this symbol for injustice.
He does.
You know what? Now, the more that I think about it, Jason, you might have a point. I believe that eventually might be an option.